You're Jack the Ripper and you see smoke and fog and you hear footsteps banging up an empty laneway. So it's got all that going for it in the opening instant.
It was such a finely crafted film. It's like, if that was a live action film, and I'll tell you this, it's my favorite role I've ever played. It really is. It was the most satisfying film I've ever been a part of.
With this one, we felt as a murder mystery, we wanted, and the audience is super familiar with this book because it's really popular, that we wanted to give them a surprise at the end. Because, it's hard to watch a mystery if you already know who done it. And so we did take some leeway. It's also a short book, so we could expand it a little bit more.
It's interesting because this Victorian Bruce Wayne, who gets quite a lot of screen time in the movie, is strangely a more human version of Bruce Wayne than we might have seen before. You get to see him uneasy emotionally, unsure of where he stands with a woman on a level somewhat deeper than he might normally, and you get to see him be vulnerable in ways that you don't expect.
It's nice to go to such an early space with this character, right? Knowing all of the places that she's going to go, and she does become the cat burglar. So there were moments where I just wanted to sort of start the engine of a purr for her. And both vocally and in her mission that she's cooking. So that was really fun to have as a secret in the booth, and I guess I'll see tonight if it translated or not.
I think this is the real Harvey. I think at least in this, it's an Elseworld story. So in this universe, that's the real Harvey, which is tough for me because I like, always in the past I've liked seeing the upstanding, virtuous Harvey before the fall. And we really don't get that Harvey, do we? Ish. I don't know. He probably thinks he's that way.
It was such a beautiful character to play, and I don't want to give too much away, but the grace that she shows to Jack the Ripper is kind of a beautiful thing to watch. It's kind of inspiring.
This world, which of course is a one-off, Strange is an alienist who is in charge of an asylum of mentally ill people, and of course, considering what back in the day the treatments were not exactly soft and fuzzy, there was a lot of things that were cutty and hurty, and he's somebody that you might say I think is a little more intellectually curious than ethically adept.
It's a whole different, even though it's Batman, it's just like aesthetically, it's a whole different type of visual style that we could play with. We were able to sort of, I don't know, like me personally, again, I'm more of I feel like I know some people would argue me about this, but I think I'm more into like an older aesthetic as far as like directing is concerned, and so this really sort of allowed us to play with like horror tropes, mystery tropes. We kind of try to do noir on like most of the stuff anyways, but it's sort of like an older, more like different pace, like a more historical kind of thing. And so I think a lot of us got really excited about it. Like a lot of the board artists really went above and beyond as far as like doing research and like looking at images, even if it's like modern interpretations of historical things. But I think we, as a whole team, I think we were pretty jazzed with this one.
So you have to feel like, oh my gosh, that's terrible, someone I know is gone, so that we are in the mindset of this is real, and Batman has to do something about it.
That's what I like about this film. It's not a shoot 'em up, blow 'em up kind of a movie, but there's a real message that anyone, I think, has room to latch on to.